Hello and welcome to another edition of the Bold and Beautiful Mini Spotlight and Recap. I'm James Lott Jr. We're here on JLJ Media, and I'm the JLJ of JLJ Media, and that's right. So we're here talking about the bold and the beautiful. And two of them that are here with me, they're bold and beautiful, Amanda Russ and Tami Dacovea. Hello, ladies.
Hi, guys. Let's say like Tami, hi, y'all.
Hi, y'all. Hi, y'all. Yes. Okay, so yes. We are here talking about the Bold and the Beautiful, which was, oh my God, if you're not watching it now, you need to watch it now. We are here, but before we start, this is Soap Sunday, of course. We just did a hilarious recap of the Y&R Mini Spotlight. It's up now. You can catch it anywhere, audio or video, so you can catch it out. It's there now. There's a Bold and Beautiful Rewind, which is all about Sheila and her kids and grandkids and who she's related to. So check out that family tree explanation, because I was like, oh yeah, her and Ridge are related, and so there's all kinds of stuff going on. So check that out, Bold and Beautiful Rewind. It's out now, audio only. Check it out where you get your podcast. Coming up after this, I'm interviewing Rodimus Parra, who played on Laura Ingalls Wilder's, oh my God, I'm gonna go with something. The Little House on the Prairie.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And many more 70s TV shows. We're going to talk about all that stuff that he did on those shows. A very 70s episode. We're going to have fun with that. 3 p.m. is Dish and Days. Our folks Dish and Days are doing their part to bring you Days of Our Lives. It's back. I watched it. Poor Sammy. There we go. It was some good stuff. So go ahead and check that out. And then at 4 p.m., the shadiest show on television. It's me, Frank Moran, and Lucretia Lyon smirking our way through General Hospital, which should be really good next week, especially now that Nick knows Spencer is the stalker. So anyways, we're going to be watching about all that at 4 p.m. today, Pacific Standard Time. Be there or be square. Also, I want to dedicate this show and all my shows today to two people, well, a person and a dog that I lost 4 years ago, back to back. My grandmother, Susie, and my dog, Scrabble. Both died 4 years ago, today and tomorrow. And I think they're watching me, laughing with us, probably telling me I look fat, probably telling my hair is too crazy. All the things she said with love. So I think about her today. And I'm actually making my favorite dish of hers, which she's making me later on today. That's just kind of like a little thing. So make sure I say that. People are always with us.
Don't live there, James, because I'd come get some.
Okay, you like get some. Come on over.
You'd be like, who's that at my door?
I'm like,
hey James, you got extra?
Just like a Y&R. All of a sudden you're in Milan. You're like, oh my God, you're in Inglewood. You're in Inglewood. Well, see, Tami knows where I live, so Tami could be here at my door. Yep. She's been here, but
I've been thinking about it, so just saying.
Bring that seltzer, girl. You can come in anytime. So anyway, my cup today is Mistletoe Road, which will be returning this winter on JLJ Media. We are recording the spinoff, which stars Tami Dacovea and Amanda Russ as the narratress. We're recording that right now. That'll be coming soon. But when Mistletoe Road, I just started writing the first episode of the season. It's coming back this winter. Our second highest audio drama after Forever Today. So thank you very much. My picture with Kimberly. Yes, I do know Kimberly Brown. So people were saying they liked my picture with her. I posted. Kimberly and I are in a book together. Our friend Sean Kanan wrote a book several years ago. We both are in it. And I got to meet her after all these years. I get to meet her. And can I tell you, she is one of the nicest people on earth. Like, she's completely not Sheila, folks. I'm tell you. But she owns small businesses. She ran for Congress. She has a lot of things. She has a lot of interests, and we're all horse people. We all like horses. So we're all equestrians. Me, her, Kathy Kelly Lang, Tracy Milcor played Kristen. We all know each other. Like, we all know each other. We all like riding horses. But Kimberly is the best. I posted that picture welcoming her back to the show. And don't worry, I'm working on getting her on this show with me, Tami, and Amanda. So just stay tuned. Just stay tuned. I'm working on some stuff. And Kirsten Marie, who's in the chat room, is also on Mistletoe Road also. So that's why she just mentioned she's also on there too. So she'll be back also. Anyway, so that's all the church announcements, as Tony Moore would say on Dish and Days. So we'll get to the Sheila thing in a second. That's the main part of the week. But that's the quarter this week. That's right. It deserves.
Thank you.
I'm having Baileys and cream. So cheers. That deserves that. We can't. You always say that. We can't. You always. I thought Amanda, because it literally opened the scene with her saying that. We can't. They're
I'm tired of that. Girl, you did, you can, you are, you will. Like, come on.
She's in love. They're in love. They're in love, aren't they? They're in love. They are. I think they're in love. I think completely the way, I mean.
Yeah.
And it was hilarious because it's Rich's ringtone. That to me is the most hilarious. Eric has a ringtone. I think it's the most hilarious thing on earth. Thank you, writers, for coming up with that. Thank you, Tami, for that. Yes. All of a sudden it's like, oh, it's Ridges. Answer it. Speakerphone. So now she gets to hear about what's going on with the Forresters because she has her own run-in with Sheila. That was her was like, I know that feeling.
And she was going.
The restraining orders.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought that was so funny because he looked over and she like, it wasn't me.
Me. Rena said, look radiant as always. Well, when you're freshly effed, I would look radiant too. Shit, I'm like that. I mean, come on, you're getting some good man loving
by Carter. Let's get more specific.
Cheers. Exactly.
Cheers.
I mean, all
there's freshly effed in a generic sense, and then when you get specific, it's a whole.
She wasn't just effed; she was Cartered. Okay,
Cartered. That's right.
That when she walks into his apartment, the back shot as he's doing this.
Oh my God!
back.
That's when I was.
Did you count back muscles, Tami? Because I know you counted the front muscle. Did you count the back muscles?
Terry was like, pause.
Lawrence.
I know.
Did you see that picture he posted on Insta?
Oh, yes.
With the burger and the fries.
Yes.
And was it Rena? She's like, oh my God, I'm so glad you're eating.
Yeah. She does say that. And I was like, I guess
knocked it out of his hand.
If you work out like that, you could eat. I guess maybe he told us you stopped doing carbs because he had. I mean,
you don't look like that by not working.
Tami,
really
those
hard.
abs, Tami. He has to make sure those abs are there. I mean,
I can't count them. I'd break a nail. They're like steel. They're steel.
She needs a calculator. It's too many.
There's too many. I'm like. I mean, vitamin D does a body good. You're right there. Quarter is the new Bold Pro. Well, they should promote for next week. Okay. The height difference hot. They ain't been outside that apartment. It's lust. I think it's more than lust. I think lust is in there. I think it's more. I think lust is there definitely.
Yeah.
I think they're in love with each other.
That's how it started.
Yeah, I think that's how it started too.
And then now it's more. That's why if they would just go to Eric and talk to him, he's gonna be mad. He is.
Yeah.
Tell him what's going on. That's what I would be fine with it. That way he can get a new lawyer. Like just do it right.
Say, listen, Eric.
Yeah.
Guess who's back in town? Sheila. Okay. Quinn is Mother Teresa. Clearly, let's put things in perspective and forgive everybody. That way Carter and Quinn can be together because everybody is going to need to come together for this.
Yes.
Everybody.
Yes. Oh, yes. And here's the thing. So this is why I think it's love, Myra D. Florence. That's why I think it's love, is because they were friends. They actually talked first. They did a lot of talk,
I don't think it was lust in the beginning. I think it was a real really connection.
They made a connection. And then they had sex, and then the connection was then it strengthened. We'll say that.
You can say that.
You can say that the connection strengthened, bitches. I
don't blame her.
Wait. Can we rewind really, really fast? Because I wasn't here last week.
Well, before we rewind.
Right. So can I just, okay, wait a minute.
She needs more drink.
Because this moment last week, I believe it was a Wednesday episode of the week before.
Okay.
a shirtless Carter, a shirtless Finn. So pants were so low, you saw the V. Right, Amanda? It's all about the V, right?
He even got up and pushed him down a little bit more.
Yes, he did.
Like,
yes, he did.
Thank you, sir.
He's like that marble David sculpture, like OMG. And then Scott Clifton, I don't know what kind of keto diet you've been on, baby.
We said it last week.
I said it.
But okay, now I understand why Hope has more incentive to stay. Cheers, boys.
Cheers. Tam and I said it last week. We said it. We said Liam is like, he's bulking up.
We agree.
You know, and here's what's funny. So, what I was to say, so Amanda and I talked to Tanner Novlin last week. That interview is out. So we're go ahead and check that out. He is charming. And Amanda,
I gotta tell you about that.
We were in the vortex. Me and Amanda were in the vortex. I mean, anytime he smiled, I was just like, Amanda, you have a question?
Yeah, James kept throwing it to me, and then he would look at me and smile, and I'd be like,
because I ran out. Because I ran out of words. I was like, Amanda, you take over. I'm just like,
and I was like, well,
y'all are useless. You should be professionals.
Yeah.
If I had been there, it would have been different. Don Diamant.
Yeah, you would have been like, yes, Tanner. What do you say, Tanner? It's just like he was so funny and just so,
it was so charming.
It was so charming. Oh my goodness.
I wasn't prepared for it.
I wasn't either. I was completely unprepared. They go, yes, Tammy, that was a Wednesday. Yeah, everybody knows that was a Wednesday.
That was a winning Wednesday. That's a Wednesday. That was a bold Wednesday.
Bold Wednesday. But yes. So yeah, met at her phone during the interview. Oh my God, that was funny too. Oh my God. I was like, what's that noise?
Guys. Right in Tammy, I put the phone on silent. The phone starts going off, and I'm like so embarrassed. And I'm like, supposed to be on silent, and I didn't know what to do. I was panicking, and I just went. What I was doing, I shoved it under my mattress, and I was shoving it under there like.
Yes, you're doing that. All right, what is she doing over there?
And then I showed James. It was on silent.
It was on silent. Yeah.
It still went off.
Yeah. Was it one of those like emergency alerts?
No, I would have got one too then.
Oh.
Probably. You know what I mean? We all get them, right?
I think my case. I think the wheel, like it's something with my case. I ordered a new case. Don't worry, won't happen again. I wanted to just throw it, right? But I'm in the bedroom, so it would just go like right there.
Just put it under the butt.
I just shoved it under the mattress.
You're laughing. So you go, yes. You're like, y'all were drooling, so was I. We were. I was like, it was a great interview. Thank you.
I was like, I wish Tammy was here.
So we did say, I don't know if you watched the interview at all. In the beginning, I go, we're going to speak for Tammy. And he started laughing. And when he started laughing, I was like, oh my God, you're so cute. Why are you laughing? So cute. I can speak for Tammy, but saying that we love you. I did. I was speaking for you. So anyway, it was a good interview.
I appreciated that. Thank you.
James's face was hilarious during that. I know. I was like, okay, what's going on? We had a good time. As usual, we're crazy. This little show is crazy. We had a good time. Tanner had a great time, I could tell, and it's doing very well. So go ahead and check it out. It's a Tanner Novlin interview. We had a great time talking about that. But anyway, so what we had on the side note, so the quarter's going on. We found what's the restraining order. Got that. Great use of history to introduce newer folks. Well, we're not new. We know Sheila, but newer folks to Sheila's shenanigans on Bold and Beautiful by having Donna and Katie, who weren't around during that time, which they said they weren't around, actually go through all these pictures for Donna's honey bear. So you ladies, they're making it seem like Donna's gonna go full steam ahead trying to get her man back.
So I actually had to do a Wikipedia on Sheila.
Oh, okay.
Like because I know a lot of it from Y&R, and I know when she was on B&B with the whole Quinn thing, like I was watching that, but there's so much more.
Yeah.
Like, and even Wikipedia made a note saying this description is extremely long. I busted up. Like, this is a very in-depth description here.
Warning,
preparing you.
Warning.
So it's just like reading. Like, oh my God, there's so much in regards
and
to
you saw
Sheila.
that Sheila was also played by Michelle Stafford. You saw that,
Right.
right?
There were so many plastic surgeries involved.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
you don't know who the hell anyone is.
Yes.
I mean, I knew Sheila was bad. But man, and I feel so bad for Finn.
I've met someone.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Okay.
Yeah.
Before that, I wrote this down because I really wanted to make sure I mentioned this. Oh, also, Lawrence and Victor wrote an episode this week. I forgot which one.
Ooh.
Last week,
This past week?
Mm-hmm.
Was one of his? Ooh, which one?
I can't remember.
Because every single episode rocked.
If someone can tell me or go on his Instagram.
Lawrence.
Lawrence, come on, Lawrence.
Scribble us. Which one did you write?
He posted it on his Instagram. I can't remember which one it is. But
okay. Ooh, I'm going to go on now.
Yeah. Okay. In the words of my friend Grant Rutter from X AfterBuzz, Grant's Rants Hollywood Talk, I love him.
Love Grant.
Yeah, Grant's the bar. He's my buddy.
Love him.
It was soapy goodness. He wrote that. That's my line. He wrote it was soapy goodness this week. We got a wedding and we got a reception these last 2 weeks. And I want to say the Sheila part with Finn alone, I wrote amazingly quiet work by Tanner. I thought Tanner trying to drink this all in, not knowing who she is, but the excitement of I got a mother,
right,
a birth mother. I've now seen with him and always wondered. His work was very understated. Like it was like she drove most of that. She had most dialogue. It was all about Sheila's return. It was like it was just so quiet. It was just I just thought I thought he did some really great work. Because Sheila laid it on thick. She laid it off thick. But that's a butter knife. She pulled out a machete, just slathering that butter and salt and sauce on there. Because Finn had no idea. And I thought it was just great work. And then when he said, and then everybody outside the wedding, like, he's taking too long. Why is it? I'm thinking, like, yeah, he's taking too long. I wonder also, it's my wedding day, blah, blah. And he's like, I met someone.
Well, their whole approach to that, her ambushing him in the guest room, completely took me by surprise. Like when he said, oh, I have a call, I have to follow up on a patient. I thought, okay, wait a minute, what's going on? Because I thought everybody was going to be there. And she was going to crash the reception with everybody there, not isolating Finn with her from the get-go.
I agree.
So writers, God almighty, because that did it. That solidified the connection.
Yes. It was
that
smart.
solidified it. That one-on-one time for 10, 15 minutes, whatever.
Yeah. I agree.
To someone's question in the chat room, why did he respond with a heart emoji? It's because of that 15 minutes of alone time.
I agree.
That's why.
Everybody's like, he should drop her. It's like, everybody has to go in his position. He doesn't, we'll get to all the particulars and they went down, but just in his position, he found his mother. Yes, he has a mother and all that, but he said he found his brother. I've never been adopted, so I don't know what it feels like. But I have friends who are adopted who have found their birth. My one friend found her birth father. It looked just alike. It's crazy, like the twins. I just met I told last week I met some cousins who are adopted, who now see us and go, oh my goodness, I see you and me, and it's a whole different world that I'm not. I know where I come from, so I think that it's completely okay for him to be like intrigued and to feel something. He doesn't know her yet. He doesn't know. I mean, you can hear this stuff, but you don't know it. He hasn't seen it, so you should be conflicted on some level. That is his mother. So I mean, plus it's a soap opera, so he has to be conflicted. But you know what I mean? Like I just think I've never been adopted. You know, I know if my girl Marissa Serafini, who we know she's adopted, she talks about being adopted. I don't know what it's like. So I just figure it must be a trip to meet someone who is part of you biologically. It must be a trip.
Right.
But what it blows my mind because clearly Finn's parents are phenomenal. They adore him, he adores them, and yet the power of this biological connection Because James knows me. Like, I don't care if we have the same blood. I mean, if we have the same blood, we have the same blood.
Yeah.
But if you're an evil person,
Yeah.
or you hurt the people that I love, that connection goes away.
Oh, yeah, me too.
You know, I have people in my life who are closer to me, non-blood related. So I feel for Finn. Again, I feel for him because clearly that biological connection, he's still spinning, I think.
Yeah.
From it all, right?
Yeah.
He's still spinning. And
I agree.
He's more than willing to give her the benefit of the doubt for as long as he can give her the benefit of the doubt. Because she hasn't done anything yet. Right?
And she's saying she changed.
And yeah.
And he's saying maybe she changed.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's the thing. It's like maybe she thinking maybe she has changed.
That's a lot.
I do want to say, I gotta backpedal a little bit because I said I don't understand the big deal until we find out who the dad is. Like what? But I need to go back because I remembered all the stuff with Stephanie and Brooke, but I totally forgot that Taylor was even involved. I forgot that affected like Steffi as a kid and stuff. So then I'm like, okay, now it makes more sense of why Steffi's so furious.
And to what Sheila did to her grandmother. I mean,
right.
Her mother and her, yeah.
And even Brooke.
Well, yeah, but they showed one of the greatest sequences on both history when both Brooke and Taylor got shot. That's
so good.
It's one of the greatest sequences on both people history, and I'm glad they showed that.
And when Eric just
smashed it.
Yeah.
And slow motion of Sheila hitting
the
travertine floors and the marble floors, whatever.
And but see that here's the problem, and he's so good. Ted King as Jack, and this chick, whoever she is, who plays Lee, she was pissed. Woo! She was hot as fish.
I would be too. Are you kidding? Yeah. Right, Amanda?
That's
what do you mean you knew the whole time? What's wrong with you?
And, you know, it'd be one of those, I'm not going to get into this now.
Yes.
In front of everyone.
Yeah.
But clearly I am upset and this will be a continued conversation later.
Her face said all that. Her face said,
like, wait till we leave. Just wait till we leave.
That was her face. That was her face. Her face was like, "Oh, it's okay, MFer. We're gonna talk about this. Don't you worry. We're gonna get to you in a second. We're gonna get to you. We gotta deal with this right now. Take care of our son. But don't worry, I haven't forgotten. We're gonna get to you in a second." Because the way she looked at them when they were about to leave, she was like, "You should have told me." That's all. And that the little sentence she said, "Woo," you're like, "Okay, you should have told her." But there's a reason why he didn't tell her, folks. And I'm gonna timestamp it here. He's the dad.
That's immediately what I thought.
Huh?
I thought, is he really the dad?
I think he's the dad. I think Jack is the dad.
And that's why he didn't tell.
That's my prediction. Yes,
that's what I thought.
That's my prediction. I'm time stamping it now.
I thought that too. I thought, why would he keep it a secret? What would be the purpose?
Yeah, right.
Why?
Well,
if there's nothing scandalous.
He said he didn't know all the details. I mean, if he knew,
but he knew she was dangerous. I mean, she was in prison.
But he didn't. But he said he didn't know all the stuff. So I mean, I'm thinking if he knew she, I mean, he maybe she thought she was just a little sick. They thought maybe, I don't know. I have a feeling that's the twist, that he's gonna be the father. And like Myra said, he's been raising his love child.
But it seems like he and his wife were always close. Like, why not just admit to the affair and deal with it?
She might leave him, maybe. I don't know.
Tami, should I pull a Matt Atkinson?
No.
It's a soap opera.
I don't want to hear it. I don't think it's him.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't think it's him. I don't know who it is.
I'm pulling him in. I think because the reason why I say I think it's him. I think because he has too much going on. There's too much going on with him.
Shonda thinks it's Jack.
I think it is. And because he's lying about stuff. See, my thing is, it would be it'd be cutesy if they made it Eric or made it James Warwick. I mean, some of these other people, but they have to bring those people back on the show. I mean, there's a lot of folks that are not going to bring on the show. I said make it Deacon, be kind of funny, bring Sean Kanan on the show. But I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to find somebody on the canvas already, which I think the choices would be Eric or Jack. That's who's on the canvas. Everybody else is on the canvas. Nobody else is on the canvas. All the other actors are not here unless they're bringing them back, which they've done.
Yeah.
But I just think right now, I have a feeling they're trying to make us. They want us to be in a frenzy about who the father is. But I think it's Jack. Jack is lying. He's lying.
That's just weird. Like to Jean's. No, to Georgia. Oh, hello. The chat room's going too fast. Sonda says, so that's my theory from last week about Jack stepping out and adopting his own kid.
Yeah.
That's just like, Shonda,
Tammy,
what?
Here's what
It's a
happened.
soap opera.
Tammy,
It's a
here's
soap
what happened.
opera.
They had an affair. I don't know if it's one time. I don't know. She might have been waitressing. You never know with her. She saw a rich guy. They had a little fling. She came back to him and was like, hey, I'm pregnant. So what are we going to do? And he's like, well, I'm married to a rich doctor. I'll take the baby. I'll raise it. We'll never say anything. But you have to promise not to come back.
But I thought she was in prison at this time.
We don't know how old he is. How old is he? You know exact age? You know exactly how old Finn is? You know exactly how he is?
I don't know. The timing is strange, Tammy. I agree.
But see, this it doesn't matter. It's a soap opera. People.
Jean, don't tell me, Tammy, this is soap.
Soap opera, Tammy.
This is real, Jean.
It's like, okay, so like Myra said also, maybe Dr. Lee was busy becoming a doctor, working all the, that's a lot of hours. Jack felt lonely, met up with Sheila. And then she's like, I can't take this baby. And because Finn, I forgot, who is he the oldest child? I don't know how old he is. Because she has Mary, she has Daisy, she has Mary was with James Warwick.
Yeah.
So that's when the Showtime. So I mean then she had
Did
Daisy.
Mary die though?
What?
Did Mary die?
No.
She's
Then they have Daisy, and that's the whole Erica Lovejoy stuff. It was like
right.
Then they have Daisy and Ryder, who are the twins on Y&R with Tom Roscoe. Roscoe Bourne played him, Tom, whatever his name was, which makes them half siblings to Kevin and Michael. That was their bio dad. So, but that was the whole storyline over there. And so, but they're younger. But so I'm thinking, is he the oldest? And so how far back does this predate Y&R? We don't know anything. We don't know him.
Was she a teenager or
right.
like, early 20s before we met her, maybe?
Yeah. We don't know how old is Finn.
Yeah,
how old
probably
is he?
like 30. What do you think?
I think in his 30s. He's a doctor. So I think he's in his 30s.
Oh, true, yeah.
Mid-30s?
This is like Genoa City-ish. This is before Forrester.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, Tom Fisher, his name. Yeah, thank you, Tom Fisher.
And there was that moment. Like, I love that they brought Pam back for the wedding.
Yeah.
She comes in that.
We loved it. The beekeeper. I forget, you were here last week. Yes, we loved.
Yeah, they got us. They got us.
They got us. We said they got us. We thought it was Sheila. They totally got us. And it was.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, of course, she's dramatic. Of course she would come in with a beekeeper hat on, right?
But I knew it wasn't Sheila because
Pam,
what's the actress's name?
Allie Mills.
Allie is like microscopic, like frame wise. Like, this isn't Sheila. Sheila is a tall girl.
Yeah.
This is a tiny little thing. So it's like, who is this tiny little thing showing up? So
we're glad, in all seriousness, we're glad to see her back. She went through a horrific time losing her husband.
And can I just say, during the wedding, when they did a close up of Allie watching the wedding and she's tearing up, I was like,
well, no, like we said,
right?
The moment for me, and I think Amanda were talking about this last week, is when she was looking at Stephanie's portrait and Eric goes behind her and he puts his arm on her and they look at, and I got teary-eyed watching that.
Yeah, totally.
Me too.
But just also having the actress back, just knowing she went through in real life, I'm just like so happy to have her
exactly
back on the show.
Even for a moment. I forgot it was the week before. Sorry, guys.
Folks, she wasn't on last week. She was taking care of business.
I know.
But yeah, no, it was good. But no, so I mean, so Sheila's here, folks. Sheila's here. They all go off. Steffi gives a slap at her around the world to Sheila. Finn just standing there like,
we're not happy about that.
And folks are upset. Why is she slapping that lady? Why is she slapping her? I'm like,
yeah.
long time coming.
She deserved a punch. She got off lightly with a slap.
Yes.
Because she knows what she's doing. She tried. Okay, guys. If you're new to the show, you don't know Sheila. She is like Quinn times a million.
Yeah.
And don't think that she came here to see her son on his wedding day. Don't think that, because that's not, it's a plan.
Or that she's changed.
Always a plan.
Yeah.
The thing is, I feel like this time she's not after Eric. This time it's now the baby. She's obsessed with the baby.
Well, no, it's always about Eric. It's about the Forrester family. She wants to be a part of that family.
Well, that part's true. Yeah, that part is true. Yes.
She did say.
And it started with Eric, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
she did say that to herself in her room, that with that look she does, she's like, he's a Forrester. My son's a Forrester. I was like, oh,
thank you, God.
Yeah.
Thank God. Because there was that whole thing. Was this planned? You know, when Ridge was all up in Finn's face, like, are you a part of this?
Oh, yeah,
I was mortified.
Yes. That's legit.
Yeah.
I would have asked too. I would have been like, wait a minute.
Yeah, and he went off on Jack.
Do you know her?
Yeah, Jack goes, you knew about this crazy bitch was here. Yeah, I'm paraphrasing. He was like, you knew this crazy bitch was out here. You say, and so he had to tell me, I didn't know what he said. I didn't know everything. I told her to come back. I thought she would not. I mean, all these years she didn't. I mean, all these years for him, she didn't. So he had no idea she was going to show up.
Why would she go to him? That's what makes me suspicious. Of everyone, if they just adopted him from an agency or something, that would be one thing. But why is she going personally to him for help?
I had to laugh. The cutaways, the music. It was soapy goodness. It was old-fashioned soapy goodness. Sheila. I mean, it was like it was.
And then the portrait of Steffi.
Yeah, that portrait. I gave it supporting actress of the week. Everyone loved that I did that last week on Twitter. They all went crazy when I did that. That portrait said so much and said so little. I was just like, that portrait was the bomb.
And the slow motion of Brooke dropping her glass.
Oh yeah, everything, guys.
Was everything.
Everything. And Steffi says to Finn, promise me you won't see her again. And he says, I love you. You never said I will not see her again.
I noticed that.
Are you sure? I thought he said
positive. Nope.
He did not answer.
3 times, Tammy. I want to make sure before I wrote that in there. So I was like, listen.
He did a little tiny head bob, like that. And then he said, I love you. He never answered.
Which I get it.
You know what? Everybody eventually wants to know where they came from.
Yes.
Like everyone does.
Yes.
And why?
They do.
And like, who cares where you came from? Forget about your past.
Yeah. And I had to laugh. Oh my God, I laughed so hard. So the number is like 310. I'm like, okay, LA number. That had me laughing. So I'm like, because I have a 213 number, which is the old-fashioned, old-school one. If you're not saying I got one. It's either 310.
I tried to get a 310. You can't buy a 310.
No, or 323. Those are the 2 LA numbers. There's also 424 and something too. But if you live in LA proper, on the west side especially, 310 is a number. And so when they said, she's like, so it's like 310. I couldn't just stop laughing. I was like, that's right, girl. Try to work it out. Like, you know what's going on. Mm-hmm. They works over there.
And when Dr. Finn asks who requested this, who should I say? Hello?
Click.
I'm a mom too. I know. I loved it. I just thought it was that's Sheila shenanigans, and that's what she does. And I loved it, and I just thought this is gonna be good. This is gonna be because you, like Tammy said a second ago, more than a second ago. Everyone has beef with Sheila. I mean, even Quinn. I mean, they all have something with Sheila. I think there's Bill too. I think Bill Spencer.
Maybe he's the only one.
And back in the day, Brooke and Sheila were buds. Like they were friends.
They ran the company together.
Yeah. So Tammy
Tami, what are you drinking? Looking all elegant.
I'm drinking La Marca Prosecco.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, I love that one.
Like that
I didn't know that. I should have made me a drink.
Yeah, hello.
Well, after
binge
watching the past 2 weeks, it's like I need a little bubbly for this recap.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I have not watched the new promo. I saw the promos for Y&R, and it looked very interesting. I have not seen the promo for B&B this week, so I'll probably see them probably later today. But it's this show this week. Sheila, they gave you all what you need to know. Basically, they gave you flashbacks. They gave you up-to-date information. The players are set. Sheila did her laugh. Her laugh.
At the end.
At the end.
You're like, oh no, because even if for a second you thought, you know what, maybe she just wants to know them. At the end, she's like, basically, oh, that baby's gonna be mine. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna get that baby. That's mine.
I'm telling you, she is gonna go after Eric. If they pair Donna with Eric, Donna's days are numbered.
Yep.
I'm time-stamping it right now.
Good.
We want them so badly to be reunited, but I'm telling you, with Sheila back on the canvas, Donna's days are numbered.
True. Okay. Recently, when Sheila came on, everybody thought she was shooting at Quinn, right?
Yes.
So then her and Quinn got in a war.
Yes.
But it was actually Deacon who was shooting at her because she pushed him off a cliff.
Yes.
Okay.
He
wanted revenge.
You know, Brooke pushed Thomas off a cliff by accident.
Well, Thomas deserved it.
Well, Taylor shot Bill. You know.
Oh, yeah, by accident.
Everybody shoot everybody. Yeah. That's how it is. You get upset, you start pulling the gun out. You know, everybody shot somebody at some point. Come on. You know,
like, oh, it was an accident. I don't know what happened.
Richard pushed out of a helicopter by Justin. You know, that's how it works.
Justin was like, whoops.
Whoopsie. That's how it happens. It's very dangerous on Bold and Beautiful, but we're gonna tell Tami it's so bland. It's so bland, Tami. It's how things happen.
Oh, I got one question before we end. I got a question. Are we not like they're gonna go back to the Justin stuff? Are we supposed to just be over it?
No, they will at some point. Right now, it's Sheila. You know how they do. They focus on a storyline sometimes for a while. Then they go to another storyline. It's almost telenovela style sometimes.
Yeah, I love those telenovelas.
They'll get back to it. They're gonna get back to it. They're not done with that whole storyline. They're not done.
So can I make a prediction?
Yes, of course.
Uh-oh.
It makes me sick to even think about this possibility.
Somebody just said something. I'm thinking, uh-oh.
But can we circle back to Hand That Rocks the Cradle?
Yes. I said it last week, yeah.
If Sheila and Paris
yes, I already
connect.
Yep.
Paris is a goner. You think?
No, if they work together.
Yeah.
Oh, to work together. Okay.
They work together.
Yes. She pleads her case to Paris. Paris doesn't know her.
Yep.
Well, I can tell you one thing. Steffi might take her out. Remember, she came with a knife not too long ago.
Yes.
If I let you stay in my house and then you did that to me, you're going down. Okay? Your ass is going down.
Jeremy Berman says, I think Lee's days may be numbered.
Oh, well, that's the thing.
Oh, no.
Right.
Seriously, Amanda, with Sheila in the picture,
right?
She's going to have a top 10 list on her wall.
Right.
And we're going to start with number 10.
Yeah.
And maybe Lee will be like number 7 or number 6.
Yeah.
She will have a top 10 list of people she's going to take out to get what she wants.
Yeah. That's her. Tami's on a roll today. First Y&R, now here. I love it. Tami's on a roll today. No
wonder Ridge was having a complete meltdown.
Oh yeah,
he's God.
He lost it. Oh, Ridge lost it.
And it just made me feel so horrible for Eric. Like I thought he was going to be sick to his stomach.
Well, no. See, the thing is,
Eric got sick.
You said that. Eric and Steffi both felt like they got sick when he was like, I'm your mother-in-law. You're my daughter.
I thought Steffi was going to faint. Did you see that moment where she was like,
yes. She was sick with this whole story, made her sick. And Eric turned around, touched Ridge.
Yeah, he grabbed Ridge. Ridge
went
had
into
to hold
his
him
arms.
up.
Yes, and went over to the corner, and was like the last part, just like
getting like goosebumps. It was just like, oh my God.
I know. No, I know.
And you know I love Eric.
I know, yeah. That's good. We'll have to end the show because I have another show to do after this. But I mean,
I know, right?
I know it's crazy. But we did talk about everything. We did talk about it. We got it going. More to talk about, of course, next week. We'll be back next week talking more about things because there's more Sheila this week. I know I didn't see the promo, but I'm sure there's more Sheila. I'm sure they're going to run this for a couple of weeks for sure. Hopefully we'll get some Justin. I think the Justin thing will come out same time, kind of like the Carter Quinn. I think it's going to be tied together somehow. I think it's going to be something. There's no Bill right now either. So right now it's Sheila. It's all Sheila right now and Finn and Steffi. We just don't at the moment. That's what it is. And Quarter. The Garrison Quarter. So I mean,
Sheila doesn't have beef with Hope and Liam, right?
No.
Okay, maybe Hope will be safe this once.
Unless she was after her because of Brooke.
Oh crap!
Sheila. Everybody's collateral damage. It's all like Tammy said. It's like who could she use to?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm James Lott Jr., Tami Govea, Amanda Russ. Amanda, you have your podcast, One Beautiful Podcast. You said a new episode coming out today.
Or tomorrow, one of the days.
Or tomorrow. Tami Govea on Instagram, Tami Govea on both Facebook and the Twitter.
Don't forget the dot.
Get the dot, bitches. Don't get the dot. And we'll be back next week talking about this show. And I'm also working on a guest. So working on that too. And we're glad you guys. This show's one of our most popular shows on this network. Thank you so much for watching it with us and talking about it.
Share it, like it.
And share it, like it. Thanks to all the bold and beautiful groups that we posted in their groups, all the Steffi groups, all the Quarter groups are popping up. Thanks for letting me share it in your groups. I share it to like 20 groups every week. Thank you so much for letting me share it on there with you guys. We really appreciate it. We love doing the show, our little crazy show that could. And so all the stars and people who actually watch our shows, guys, thank you for watching us and making comments. And thanks to Eva Basler and everybody over there. Please, everybody, have a good week. Have compassion. Get vaccinated.